Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not So Super Bash Bros E3 coverage for 2017. We are past the halfway point and we are here to bring you the fourth press conference presented by Ubisoft. As always, I am Nick, the smarter brother Davis.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Joined, as ever, by Hans. I only got a 2-1 Davis.
Congratulations on your first, by the way.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. You're a cunt, but I'm very proud of you.
Yes, Ubisoft took to the stage to announce and do their thing with all the franchises that have all the same mechanics.
Yes, but at the same time, spoiler alert, I thought this was the best conference of the lot so far.
We'll get into it. I agree and disagree.
Okay.
But we'll get into it. So, Ubisoft, bold approach, pretty much straight into video games.
Yeah, no bullshit.
No fucking opening shit. They just went straight into it.
They pulled out the lead guy, and then I literally thought I was still asleep because when I woke up, Miyamoto was on the stage. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
So the first game is the long-rumored Mario and Raving Rabbids crossover, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This has been rumored for a long while now, I think. Ever since like the Switch came out or like was first announced, there was rumors that this was happening.
Nick, what is that game?
Give me a sec, we'll get to the gameplay. Other shit happened before that.
Sorry, I'm so excited because it's just lunacy. It's so fucking retarded.
I have my long-standing note of, in an alternate universe, Rabbids are just minions.
Oh no,
Like, Rabbids are as big as minions.
They are like, if they had the proper marketing, yes, undoubtedly, like they would have, because it's the exact same humor. Like, yeah.
Miyamoto gets to come out on stage, and his. Did you notice that they put his title as Creative Fellow?
No, I did not.
I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, then they show the gameplay. Looks like there's kind of like you run around this Super Mario 3D world, open overworld type thing. Mm-hmm. And then there is these segmented off areas that kind of have, I'll be honest, they just have XCOM combat.
It is XCOM. That is exactly what I have.
It is kid-friendly XCOM, and that's genius.
I imagine, like, from the looks of it, like, it's a bit different from XCOM. It's got slightly more RPG elements to it, like, you pick up your weapons rather than crafting it and stuff like that. I mean, I really like the XCOM system, like, because it's essentially, it's a little bit like D&D to a certain extent, so I really like it. So I can't believe I'm going to fucking say this, but I actually would buy that game.
Oh, yeah, like, this, for me, this is the best game on this show. And I think this is maybe even the best game we've seen so far at E3.
The one thing I did kind of go, like, about was, like you said, like, the in between the battle areas, it just seems to be one linear path that you just seem to follow. Yeah. That seems a bit shite. I imagine that would get really boring. But yeah, no, I would still probably pick that up easily.
Yeah, we don't get a release date, as not as far as I saw anyway. But I think the melding of styles looks really good. Like the rabbits, the way they've implemented like the rabbit stuff into like the Mario style is pretty nice. And then we get a brief sighting of a Donkey Kong rabbit, and that's hilarious.
Yeah, and I think like that's kind of one of the big things here is that it made us laugh. So it is going for a family audience. It's not just for kids. There is definitely adult humor there as well. Like like the rabbit comparing itself to Princess Peach. But yeah, no, definitely that's got to be a lot of fun, I think.
Then we launch into Assassin's Creed Origins for the second time for this E3, and then the bombshell is dropped that I'm pretty sure he said it's only been 10 years since the first Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, that's it doesn't feel right. They showed like a different gameplay montage than Microsoft, but they don't actually show a gameplay segment. They say they're going to show that in their after show thing.
Did you notice before they cut to Chris Waters, which was nice to see him again, can I just say?
Yeah.
Former GameSpot editor. that before they cut to him, one of the cameras moved in front of the shot and covered up the guy.
A slow pan across the shot of the back of a camera.
Nick, guess what the end slate's going to be? Hint, it's that.
That was really stupid.
It was. I watched that trailer. I'm still really scared this is going to turn out like Assassin's Creed 3. Just because like there was a lot of wildlife, a lot of the wilderness, and that kind of killed Assassin's Creed 3 a bit because there was less parkour and it was a lot more... It kind of killed the pacing. Like you had to slow everything down because it was a lot more sneaking rather than fast-paced parkour chasing dudes.
We get a date, which I don't think we had at Microsoft's, October 27th, which is the same date as Wolfenstein 2.
Oh, shots fired.
Then we launch into our next game, which is The Crew 2. I have no interest, but I think them like branching it off into multiple racing disciplines is very smart.
Really clever.
But the whole thing will probably live and die by how quickly you can swap between those disciplines.
I think it would be very cool if you could have different races taking place at the same time, or like on like the same map, I suppose, quote unquote. Like, could you actually do like, imagine doing a street race across a bridge, and at one point there's a boat race going on underneath you and a plane race going above you? That would be awesome. But how technically you could do that without fucking up your servers, I don't know. But
it's going to be, I think the issue is going to be like, am I just going to have to sift through a bunch of menus to go from doing a circuit to street racing to boating?
Yeah. How seamlessly they can transfer that stuff, yeah, it's going to be a big issue.
Also, there was a bear, and I wonder if I can run over that bear.
There was a fucking bear?
Yeah, there was a bear in it. You saw, like, when they were doing I think it was one, they were doing, like, the buggies through the forest, like, a bear ran over, like, the track. I was like, I wonder if you could hit that bear.
That's pretty sadistic.
Yeah, early 2018 for that, so not this year.
I have a big interest in that. Seeing like all that different stuff, I have a big interest.
Then we get the Fractured Butthole, New South Park.
I have a note here. Seriously, just give me this damn game already.
Always approaching, never happening.
It's gotten to be a joke at this point, hasn't it?
Yeah. We get a date, but I have notes beside that saying we'll see.
Yeah. What was it? October or something?
October 17th.
I really hope it comes out because like the last one, The Stick of Truth, went through the exact same thing, and to be fair, it was a really enjoyable game. It wasn't perfect, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But the fact this is the second time it's happening, I think they're pushing their luck. So I hope it doesn't fuck up, and I hope that if they do another one, they learn their lesson this time around.
There was some good South Park humor in there. Call Girl was pretty good.
Yeah.
Then we go to the only VR showing of this show, Transference, a VR game that seems to star Elijah Wood in some capacity.
Is it a game? I thought they were acting like it was a movie.
No, I think it's a game. Like, in a VR experience, maybe a better way to put it, but it seems like it is not just you going to be sitting there watching it. Spring 2018, and then we go to Skull and Bones.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I have written pirates, and then I have written, before they even mention it, I wonder if this will just use the Assassin's Creed ship mechanics. And then later on I wrote, damn, I was right.
Yeah, they have
First off, Skull and Bones is a really bad name.
Yes,
come on,
terrible.
You can try harder than that.
It's shit. This is essentially, depending on what price they pay for it, you essentially could be paying full price for a part of an Assassin's Creed game. This is the same issue we had with Need for Speed. Like, you're taking a part of a game and then charging full price for it. Did you see at one point they got into fights with other players and then they boarded a boat? But the boarding of a boat was literally just a cutscene, and then they were back on their own boat. Like, I'm sorry, I would quite like to jump onto the other boat and have some sort of swordplay mechanic. I'm not saying it's got to be full hack and slash.
But then you're just playing Assassin's Creed. I would like to see where they take it from this. Like, is it just going to be this multiplayer stuff, or like, can they implement, like, say, a Sid Meier's Pirates type story into it, where you are sailing around, you're plundering ships, and you're going from like port to port doing things?
I would like to see that, but I don't think it will happen. Either way, I'm not going to buy it.
Then we get Just Dance 2018, and I feel like I dropped acid.
I laughed.
I'll run down what I have. I have 3 notes here. some Mortal Kombat ninjas come out and have a techno rave.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
Panda comes out. Is this a dubstep panda? Yes, it is.
Oh.
And then a singer comes out that I've never heard of. Bring back the panda.
Did they give the singer a name?
Yeah, I'd never heard of her.
Okay.
Just Dance coming out in October. I don't know.
I saw the ninjas, but I thought it was Daft Punk for a minute when I first saw them.
They totally just look like the fucking Mortal Kombat ninjas in the masks and shit. It's fucking really funny.
Yeah. Every year we do this. Every year there's a dance segment. I don't give a shit about your stupid dance game.
Yeah.
Fuck
but you know what? Those games fucking sell gangbusters.
I don't get how, but yeah, I know you're right, but I don't understand why.
Next we have South Park Phone Destroyer.
Okay, yeah, I missed this as well.
It looks like a mobile South Park game, which kind of looks like Clash Royale. Gameplay wise.
Do you know what the problem is, right? South Park have always lambasted this sort of thing, and now they're going into it.
I think the tone
it's
of
probably
the trailer
more...
was kind of, we are taking the piss.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Still, I don't know. It does make them seem...
The fact that it's called a Phone Destroyer kind of proves that point.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that they decided to fucking... It's weird to show like that sort of game at E3.
Bet this comes out before Fractured Butthole.
Why would you even say that?
Then we get... What's that called? Something Battle for Atlas. I can't remember what it was called.
So it left a memory then, did it?
No, I just can't read my own handwriting.
Alright.
I don't know. Something Battle for Atlas, which is like a Toys to Life shipbuilding game.
That actually sounds alright.
It depends what the gameplay is, really. Like, the Toys to Life... my issue is I think the Toys to Life stuff is actually finally starting to die out.
What is Toys to Life?
Like your Skylanders, your... Like,
oh, is it that?
To a lesser extent, Amiibos.
Sorry, never mind.
Lego Dimensions.
I thought it was like you were just talking about the world and like how toys were actually coming to life and building a ship, like a Toy Story-esque thing, which I kind of want to see now.
No, well, it looked like you get a base ship, and then like the wings come off, like the wings guns come off, and then you can start putting on like, so the thing they showed in the trailer was like, these are ice monsters, better put on like a flamethrower add-on to my wing, stuff like that.
Okay.
It looked neat, but I do think the Toys of Life stuff is kind of maybe starting to die a death.
Like even Lego Dimensions and stuff is starting to falter.
Yeah.
It's fucking Lego.
So next we had the Steep expansion thing, which was all based on the Olympics.
Yes, this is where I came back in.
Nothing can save Steep. Stop trying.
I agree, but at the same time, this is a very logical step to make.
It is a fucking
Olympics.
Genius fucking like marketing like deal, but Steep is nothing can save Steep at this point.
How much is Steep?
It was a full price game.
Oh right, yeah, no, that's fucking retarded.
Like full price game for like what was essentially running time trials on a mountain repeatedly.
Yeah, like they can like push but it's an open world, and like yes, it's an open world where you can do damn near nothing.
It's an open world where you can go one way and then you have to teleport back to the top. Then we get probably the biggest name I'd say at the show, FarCry 5.
I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Immediate Bioshock Infinite vibes, just because of the whole church and the singing of Saving Grace.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, that's the whole theme of it. Is
yeah.
The cult
but that's just
thing.
It's instantly the first thing I thought of. We see our typical Far Cry mechanics, like marking targets, still like sneaking into like a base type thing.
I actually do like seeing Far Cry in a more urban area. That's really
cool
to
yes,
me.
like it is. I think this is after 3, 4, and Primal all kind of being in very
wilderness,
somewhat like very similar settings.
Yeah,
like fucking rural America is like the perfect setting.
Do you think you'll get it? Because
Fuck yeah.
we didn't get Primal, and I didn't get 4. Did you get 4?
I didn't get 4.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna jump back into Far Cry.
No, I am
unless-
full on board in Far Cry 5. But this is where I think the issue comes from. I was expecting to show a lot more of this game. They showed very little.
Yeah, I mean, what they showed was good, but it was like it looked like it was going to be a demo, but then it turned into slightly more of a trailer.
Yeah, like they showed off some of the companion mechanics, like you have your dog who can like run and steal weapons from enemies. You've your sniper who can call in to take like pot shots.
I do like how the allies in this don't just seem to provide perks; they will directly assist you in
Yeah.
combat. That's a really good touch. Also, they show some co-op.
Yes. They show aerial dogfights as well, and I had to write a note here: planes, not the animal. Just because there was a dog before that. Yeah, so they came out when it was originally announced saying this entire game is fully playable in co-op.
I think it makes sense because in the last I can only remember Far Cry 3, but they only essentially had certain levels for co-op, didn't they?
4 had certain missions for co-op, like
Yeah.
where you would call in some other one else and they would help you a bit. No, they've come out and said, yeah, from start to finish, this can be all done in co-op, which I think is smart and plays into the setting, because obviously you're just like this random sheriff going into this town. So for co-op, it would make sense. Maybe you aren't sent in alone, you're sent in with other sheriffs.
I really do like the fact, and it's been a running thing for most of the Far Cry series. You're not some big hero. You are just a guy who has been caught in the middle of this. It's just a wee thing that I always like as a narrative tool.
It's the Die Hard.
It is the Die Hard. Yeah, it is. You nailed it on the head. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm still stoked for this, and like we'll definitely get it when it comes out unless something happens. That has a date, but it wasn't shown here. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. I think it's early 2018, maybe. I don't think it's this year. Then we get the final show-stopping thing, and it's a fucking knock it out of the park. We're gonna send the fans home happy.
Drop the mic, leave the stage.
It essentially is a Beyond Good and Evil 2 is finally announced. And my first note here is, before they even announce what it is making a monkey a gangster racist.
I don't know, but making him a chav was a questionable choice.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that, like, this is a Sony-esque thing to do, as they've done in recent years, where, like, they're giving what fans have been clamoring for finally. I just personally have fucking no interest in Beyond Good and Evil.
To me, it's not that I don't have an interest in it, it's just that I didn't play the first one, so I have no clue about it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually more super curious than anything.
I think that animation was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it was glorious, but obviously that is not gameplay and probably not representative at all of what the gameplay will be.
There was only a very brief glimpse of gameplay, and it wasn't even actually it wasn't even on the screen, it was on that back screen.
Yeah.
While they were talking, there was a few glimpses of the monkey on a jetpack, so it looks like you'll maybe be playing as the monkey.
Yeah. Well, the way a lot of that marketing stuff that did appear behind it looked like there was kind of a focus on 3 of them, so maybe you swap between them.
Yeah, whenever the 2 people came out, they went for the most awkward high five in the fucking world and missed, and then just held hands, and oh, for fuck's sake. How hard is it?
They announced this is actually a prequel, which I'm not sure how that's going to go down.
Yeah, that could
Fans
be...
clamoring for a sequel this time, they get it, and then it turns out it's a prequel.
And then don't call it Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, it's the Red Dead Redemption thing. Don't make it a numbered sequel. If you're implying something it is not.
Especially if it is a prequel, yeah. Like the fuck?
Obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 is heavily implied, or heavily rumored to be a prequel at this point, but it is that kind of thing. Like, don't give it a numbered sequel if it actually takes place before. And then that was it. We get the whole Ubisoft team come out on stage for a big feel-good moment, and then that's it. We close the show.
So what did you think of it overall?
I was very shocked by how little Far Cry and how little Assassin's Creed they showed. Like, as what I assumed would be the 2, like, probably their 2 big horses right now. Like, it was very surprising how little they were shown. But I did think Mario and Rabbids looked very good. I thought South Park, as always, looks good, but God knows if that's going to make that date.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought overall it was a really good show, but the things I thought they would really lean heavily on, they didn't.
To me, this was actually probably the best conference so far. It had a little of everything. Like, there was a little bit of a demo from FarCry, which which sold me on it a lot more than I already was. They had a surprise announcement, which was nice, with Beyond Good and Evil. Just Dance can go fuck itself. Skull and Bones can go fuck itself. South Park. I mean, I've always been a huge South Park fan, so I'm excited for it. I was pleasantly surprised with Rabid Rabbits and Mario. That's a game I never ever would have thought I was up for, but looking at it and watching it, I'm definitely up for this. So yeah, personally, to me, this is the best conference so far at the show.
I agree, but I just think their focus was weird.
Yeah, no.
Unless we see a Far Cry demo tomorrow, I'm very shocked by how little they showed of it.
No, you have a good valid point there. I mean, it's one of their big horses. Surely should be putting out display for everyone to see, or at least have either Assassin's Creed or Far Cry, one or the other. Show a lot of one or the other. But they've, like I said, they've shown very little of both at this point almost.
Yeah. But yeah, that is it. That's a wrap for Ubisoft. We have 2 more press conferences left. Starting early tomorrow with Sony bringing it with stuff.
They will have to bring it hard because Microsoft did an alright job. So Sony usually do a good job though. Like the last couple of years, they've done a good
Sony
job.
want to bring something that gets the Xbox One X out of the news.
Final Fantasy VII release date.
Oh yeah, yes, let's release it. I'll tell you that release date, Hans, 2020.
What?
Did you not see the press release that came out?
No.
It was originally being developed by someone else. Square Enix has now taken it in-house and said, this will take at least 3 years.
Yeah, they need something. They need to pull something out of their ass that no one is expecting.
Maybe they'll get it. I don't know. But we'll see tomorrow. But for now...
And then a 20-minute Nintendo press release.
That's fine. You know what? As long as they just fucking show a bunch of fucking Super Mario Odyssey, I'm happy.
They probably will. I imagine it'll be only Super Mario Odyssey, maybe some Pokemon.
You know what the thing, I know this is probably more a conversation for the Nintendo one, but the thing with Nintendo is because they've gotten so ingrained in there, alright, every month we're going to have a Nintendo Direct anyway, they don't need to treat this any differently. They just treat this as another Direct.
That is fair enough, yes.
So yeah, yes, but that is it for now, and for now, it is a goodbye from Hans.
See ya.
And it's a goodbye from me. See you tomorrow.